So let's do a quick exercise on determining whether or not we can multiply matrices with the following dimensions. This is always nice to determine ahead of time so that you know what to expect. But if you do move on to higher math class, what you might want to understand is if you ever have to multiply matrices by hand, you definitely want to know right away if the answer exists before you start doing all of the work. Not so horrible if we have to do it with the TI, but this is definitely a good exercise to start with. So looking at this example, we're just asking ourselves, if we have a matrix that's a 3 by 2, and you want to multiply it by another matrix that's a 3 by 2, is this possible? So first thing, just kind of see, I always like to see if the inner two elements are the same. So the number of columns in the first matrix has to be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. And notice that they are not the same. So right away, we would say that it's not possible to multiply these types of matrices. Moving on to the next one. If we look at this 3 by 2, multiplying by a 2 by 3, right away, we see that we do have the same. And when we have the same number of columns in the first matrix and same number of rows in the second matrix, we do have that it is possible. So the resulting matrix, just so that you all can tell, the result or the product would be take the leftovers, a 3 by 3 matrix. And just moving on to part C, also you'll notice we do have the inner dimensions matching. The number of columns in the first matrix equals the number of rows in the second matrix. We do have the same. So if that is the case, the multiplication can occur. So the result here would be the leftovers, and just write them as you see them in order. So the result would be a 2 by 4 matrix. So a good exercise to do before you even start. Sometimes it even just saves you time from entering keys on the TI. So let's use that to help us with the next example. We'll see you then.